feeling directionless, also not being able to hear from him, but then feeling like you can't hear from him because it's your fault. There's going to be times where you meet life, even now, and you feel directionless. There's this need to have an answer from God. Otherwise, we don't feel like we're doing something right. Because really, we just want to be robots. Now you're in a place where, what's the direction? I need to hear from God, but I'm feeling like it's my fault that I can't hear him. There's this responsibility that you're carrying that's not actually yours. You said, if I can't hear from him, it's my fault. But that takes away the power of God because he knows how to speak to you. You're his daughter, right? So there will be times that he sends you things that will be so undeniable. But then there's other times where he's not saying anything and we're like so desperate for his word that we forget to trust in who he is, right? So if he's not speaking, we rest in his nature or his character, but that only comes from receiving. So right now it's like this vicious loop, right? You want direction, you feel like you need to hear from him, but it's your fault because you can't hear from him. Have you ever thought possibly he hasn't said anything? Have you thought maybe, what if he hasn't told me to do something? It's interesting that you say, I've heard in church he's always speaking, right? And that is true. The word of God continues throughout, like it doesn't stop. So even things he said, even conversations that Jesus had with God while he was on earth still impact us today, right? Sometimes we want a word for like right now, right? There's going to be moments in life where you'll be met and he'll say this way or that way or release this, right? But we want that all the time for every decision in life. And sometimes that actually speaks to the fact that we don't trust him. Imagine someone who has cared for you. It could be a grandparent, a parent, somebody you know loves you like as is, right? If they give you instructions sometimes, right? It's like clean your room or finish your homework, right? Do all the things. But sometimes you're just in their presence and they're not saying anything. But you don't need them to keep looking at you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, like over and over and over, because there's a knowing that's there. So you're able to rest in silence without something needing to be said. When you're in that space of rest, you're not, if you're the one that's like, I need you to tell me, but tell me what to do. But like, tell me what to do. I need to know like what to do. Do you hear the space where you're not resting because there's not a knowing that's there? Because if I never say, go here, do this, sit down, stand up, like if I never give you these instructions, do you know my love for you? And sometimes it feels cruel because he won't release instruction because he understands that cycle. It's just feeding the same mentality. So if he just keeps, he's affirming the way that he actually doesn't want you to be with him by just always saying, okay, go here, do this. We want to be robotic, but that just makes us feel right. And that justifies our existence, right? When our existence can be justified in his love for us. So we don't need him to say, go to this college or go to that college, pick this job or pick that job. It's this knowing that, okay, I will invite him in and ask, what is your way? But if nothing is said, I'm going to decide because he's given me the free will to choose and trust that as I go, he's going with me. To read my books, for one-on-one counseling, and for my counseling community, tap the link in my bio.